Welcome back to the Hollywood Con, where we explore not just glitzy scandals, but every controversy that leaves us shouting, "What? Seriously?" Today, we have a story that's far from the Oscars or red carpets, but still packs enough drama to rival any Hollywood blockbuster. We're talking about Letitia James, famously known for taking down powerful figures like Donald Trump, now accused of mortgage fraud. She built her career on prosecuting corruption, yet one mortgage form from 1983 lists her father as her husband. We'll unpack how that bizarre wrinkle blew this case wide open. Born and raised in Brooklyn, Letitia Annika James has a story that could easily inspire an empowering biopic. She earned her law degree from Howard University and with grit and determination climbed the political ladder. In 2018, she became the first African-American woman elected as New York's Attorney General, a position she used to champion civil rights, consumer protections, and corporate accountability. Her office was known for high-profile lawsuits, from nursing home negligence to environmental regulations against major polluters to the blockbuster case against Donald Trump, accusing him of fraud and inflating property values. Few doubted her sincerity. She had built an image of unwavering integrity, a crusader for justice. Fast forward to April 2025. The Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA, referred her for a criminal investigation. Suddenly, the woman who once attacked corruption was accused of committing it. The irony is so thick, you could cut it with a knife. The first piece of the puzzle is a home in Norfolk, Virginia. According to mortgage applications, Letitia James listed this property as her primary residence. But here's where things get dicey. Norfolk neighbors say they'd never seen her. One resident told reporters, "If she was ever here, she blended so well, we never even knew." Nobody could confirm she slept a single night in that home. Why does this matter? When you list a property as your primary residence, lenders often offer better rates or lower down payments under owner-occupied programs. If James never actually lived there, that's, well, a serious red flag. Whether this was a genuine mistake or something more intentional is now the crux of the investigation. Next, let's talk Brooklyn, a place synonymous with hip culture and historic brownstones. Letitia James owns a multi-unit brownstone in this borough. The official records identify it as a 5-unit building. But on the mortgage documents, she allegedly listed it as a 4-unit property. Again, why? A smaller unit count can qualify for loan products with better rates, lower mortgage insurance, or reduced down payments. When you're a public official making a 6-figure salary, these perks can add up to real savings. Hold on to your popcorn, because this next twist is jaw-dropping. Documents from 1983 reveal that in a mortgage application, Letitia James and her father were listed as husband and wife. Yep, you read that correctly. It's the kind of bizarre detail a Hollywood screenwriter might reject as too over the top. How did this happen? James's team has suggested it could be a simple clerical error. Maybe someone misread or misentered information. But if you phone an old mortgage company and ask them, "Hey, did you accidentally make Mrs. James married to her dad?" they're likely to respond with stunned silence. This one raises bigger questions about diligence. Even if it was an honest mistake, why wasn't it corrected before she rose to such a prominent position? Was nobody paying attention to these details, or was it deliberately left as is? Either way, it's now an embarrassing focal point in the investigation. It doesn't take long for allegations like these to ignite a political firestorm. James's supporters immediately cried foul, pointing to her track record. The idea: this is payback from Trump loyalists embedded in federal agencies. Opponents, however, argue that no one is above the law, especially not the state's top legal watchdog. If James truly misled lenders, they claim, she should face consequences. This dynamic, an internal struggle between political hit job and accountability for all, keeps the story in constant flux. News outlets, pundits, and social media users can't decide if this is scandal or scapegoat. The FHFA handed this to the FBI's Albany, New York office. Investigators are reportedly digging through years of loan documents, bank statements, property records, and tax returns, looking for any pattern of misrepresentation. Federal agents have interviewed mortgage brokers, neighbors, former employees, and even some of James's closest political allies. Sources tell us the probe is painstaking. Agents aren't just interested in this one mortgage. They're tracing every real estate transaction in which James had a stake, documenting loans, co-signers, property valuations, and more. Mortgage fraud is often called the invisible crime because it can snowball quietly until it triggers large-scale financial collapse. Remember the 2008 crisis? James's legal team insists these were unintentional errors. They say mortgage paperwork is complex, loan officers, brokers, and underwriters manage dozens of fields, numbers, and dates. Mistakes happen, they argue, especially with older properties and changing occupancy statuses. But critics say her office should have caught these mistakes long ago. After all, James isn't a first-time homeowner. She's a seasoned professional. She's fought white-collar criminals for years. If anyone understands the importance of accurate documentation, it's Letitia James herself. Let's be real. If these allegations stick, this could effectively end James's political career. Imagine a future where her name, once associated with fighting corruption, is linked to hypocrisy. Elected officials rely on public trust. If she loses that, what else is left? Beyond personal reputation, this scandal could reshape how prosecutors operate nationwide. We might see new guidelines requiring AG officers to audit their own mortgage and property disclosures. Transparency initiatives could become the norm, and mortgage companies might implement enhanced verification steps for public officials. Without question, this story is a cautionary tale for anyone in public office. Practice what you preach, or expect a spotlight to reveal every wrinkle. So, what's next? The investigation is ongoing. Federal agents are still digging, and no formal charges have been filed yet. Will prosecutors bring an indictment? Will James negotiate a plea? Or will this all fizzle out as a paperwork snafu? Meanwhile, her office continues normal operations, suing payday lenders, investigating nursing homes, and pushing for climate action. It's as if the world doesn't pause for her predicament. Time will tell if this chapter ends with exoneration or conviction. Thanks for joining us on the Hollywood Con. If you found this story fascinating, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, because we've got more unbelievable tales coming your way. Share your thoughts below. Do you think Letitia James's mistakes were innocent? Or is there more here than meets the eye? Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, in a world of power and prestige, sometimes the biggest surprises come from those we least expect.